And that way, I can just go ahead and say it's Thursday night, America.
Woohoo!
You know what that means. Grab those ankles.
It's time to get back to order.
That's right. Oh, you know you love it. Don't complain.
That's right. You came to find out more, so let's fact around.
Yep. Just for the historicals, today is September 19th, 2024. We are all somehow still alive after the start of World War III a couple days ago.
At least I got some City of London pound cake to celebrate. Shout out Fleet Street.
Oh,
Anyways.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
I bet they use the good sugar in that.
I wonder how many people know that the City of London is actually not part of the United Kingdom.
Probably about as many people that know that Washington, D.C. is not actually a part of the United States.
That's right. It's a corporation.
That's right.
It's actually an incorporated district of criminals. I mean
Yeah.
there's a reason,
It's a
folks,
state within a
why
state.
we say the things that we say on
Yeah.
the air. There's a method to this madness.
Mostly.
And if you were wondering what the address is of the corporation, it's on K Street, of course. Just meet for lunch there.
Yeah. And bring cash. Yeah, I'm not joking.
Yeah, they'll meet you in the lobby. Don't worry.
Yeah. Discreet envelopes are also appreciated.
That's right. That's hey, and they got a great buffet line there. I'm just saying. It's like Vegas, only on the Potomac. There you go.
I've got I find myself every now and then thinking, I wonder what's going on in the district criminals right now. What's going on over there? Because I spent so much of my life in that area of the country.
Right.
And
I
then
mean
I'm like,
that's the place I call home. I mean, that's the birthplace
yeah,
of the Yona.
yeah,
Right there on Accomack Creek in northern Fairfax County, Virginia.
right. And then about like 5 seconds after I start thinking that, I'm like, you dumb fuck. That's why you always get sucked back into that goddamn black hole. Stop that shit. And so I stopped. I'm sorry.
So
I'm a little bit distracted. Like I
it,
said,
it is
I've got some pussy in my lap at the moment.
is Joe Biden alive?
I don't know.
I haven't
I
seen or heard much from him.
does
Isn't
it?
he still our technically, isn't he still the man with the nuclear football? I mean, he's still the POTUS, right?
I mean,
Technically?
he's I don't know. I'm not quite sure how all of that works. I mean, when you
I'm really
so
confused right now.
when
I
you
just want to throw that out there.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very
yeah.
confused.
Well, no, let's explore this a minute. I mean, we got time. We got shit. We just started, man. We're not even 5 minutes in yet. We haven't gotten past the tip yet, Yona.
Oh, and don't worry. For the second hour, I have got so much in the back pocket. I'm holding
I
back.
figured because I ain't heard nothing from you for the last week.
Man, I have been on a world fucking tour. I'm telling you, man, I've been racing across the glacial plains of Ohio like the Genghis Khan group across the Mongolian steppe. I've been conquering the blacktop highways all over the cat eating regions of Springfield, Ohio, and around Wright Patterson Air Force Base, Dayton, Kettering, Miamisburg, Cincinnati, Mason, Eastgate, and then all over fucking Columbus, Delaware, uh, Hilliard, Grove City, Gahanna, New Albany, but more importantly, I've narrowed my focus in the last 2 weeks. I've just been going to do my work, doing deliveries because I went to the map again. I'm a surveyor. I think mm, cart, cart, cartography. I go to the maps and the charts, and so I'm like Johnny Five from Short Circuit. No, I need more data. And so I go flipping through, and I found the latest Tiger maps. That's the ArcGIS software that the U.S. Census Bureau uses. And so I went to the latest Tiger ArcGIS map, digital maps, showing the uh, annual average annual income, per capita income rates with the different color coding on the map per census block. So that I could first I started first with the Forbes list of the 20 richest cities uh, in the state of Ohio,
Right.
and then I went to those cities, and again thinking like a land surveyor, I then look at each census block to find out what's the richest part of the richest city in the richest county. Now, where's the nearest stores and restaurants to where those fuckers live? That's where I'm going to go try working. And lo and behold, I finally saw somebody with a Kamala Harris. Call it a Harris Grove.
All right. Well, it's about time.
Here I was thinking it's just going to be Trump crows. Harris Grove, almost maybe I should call it a Harris scrotum pole. Harris scrotum pole.
Yeah. It has
Because
it
it
has
kind
a
of looked
certain ring to it, you know.
because her arms were sticking out,
Hair
like
scrotum
the
pole.
elbows sticking out, so it kind of made me think of like a totem pole.
Right.
But it's a Harris Grove. So
Right.
it's a Harris Grove totem pole, or scrotum for short.
Yeah.
'Cause she's used to bags on her chin. Anyways, I got jokes lined up for tonight too, and puns. Ask LD at the Grand Theft Mothership.
Oh my.
Yona always got 3 or 4 puns in the oven, son, and the timer keeps going off. So keep the ball rolling. I saw the fucking Harris grow. No, I did not take a picture. Very nice mansion. There's literally cameras everywhere. I just got the fuck in and got the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. That was probably a good call. I
Whereas
mean,
the other,
you might have been able, like, if you planned it out, you might have been able to like snap one on the sly as you were walking
I
up.
put it this way: when you see a Harris poster board and the largest Kamala Harris Tim Walz campaign sign poster boards you've ever seen in your life on the front yard, guarantee that would be the motherfuckers to call the law on the Yona.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Those people are
Guarantee.
all about law and order.
The
Yep.
lady in that house, her name is Karen. She's got the police and all the local managers on fucking speed dial numbers. We know this to be fact.
Yeah.
Hard fact.
I would put money on that, as a matter of fact. Because it was a woman like that that tried to get me arrested in Las Vegas for spitting at her.
Well, I'm sure it was justified.
Oh, it was absolutely justified. She was a cunt. That's
Right.
why I spit at her.
Well, I think in Australia, the mythical land down under, I believe they would refer to that as a bloody shaza. Or no, wait. Cunt is cunt. That word stays the same. Cunt in Australia is, in fact,
No, cunt in Australia is a good word.
yeah,
Like,
cunt.
if I call somebody a cunt in Australia, it means I like them.
Yeah,
It's exactly
cunt.
the opposite up here. Well, it's because it's the other hemisphere, right? You come up here and it's a pejorative. You go down there and it's a term of endearment.
But also, they use the
It's like
word
the toilet
cunt.
flushing backwards.
They use the word cunt as interchangeably as we use the word fuck.
Right.
And cunt in Australian has, depending upon the inflection and the tone and the nuance, cunt can mean many different things. Same thing as using the word fuck.
Maybe. I'm sure there's a case that can be made for it, but I still say that fuck is the most versatile word in the English language because it can occupy literally any position
That's
in
right.
a sentence.
That's right. It can be the transitive verb, intransitive verb. It can be in the subject. It can be in the predicate. It can be adjective. It can be an adverb.
Yep.
It can be a conjunction. It can be a dangling participle.
That's right.
And it will come in your mouth. Fuck is everywhere.
So that's what you got to open with, huh?
Yep.
Right.
We're making TikTok clips. That's all we do. We get together every Thursday to make a series of rando fucking TikTok clips that can easily be
I'll have to
parsed
put
out.
this one in the clip maker too. Then they've been changing shit, you know, like as these motherfuckers do, like all the companies do it. Canva decided, hey, it's been like 3 years. Let's completely redesign our user interface and force people to use it.
Oh, I love learning new software.
I hate these people. Fucking hate them.
Yeah.
That's why, you know what we should do is if we had enough money to do it, we should get like our own development team, build our own shit, so we don't have to worry about any of this crap. Maybe that'll be a 2030 goal. Liberty Radio development team.
Oh wow! I just got the live stream to load up, and I'm checking out this font you got going on here.
Who? What? What are you talking about?
I'm
Whose
looking
show
at.
Are you watching?
Liberty Radio TV Rumble channel.
Okay.
Thursday Night Live.
Wait, why are you?
41.
You're on the show, Yona.
Right.
You are. We are the show right now.
But I occasionally like to log on to interact with the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because some people just go on the show and they just go blah 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 and just ignore everybody in the chat and ignore all the other conversations.
I do that.
And I get so high that I just ignore the fact that I'm on the show and just start interacting with the people in the chat. But it's not that I'm being disrespectful to you. It's the fucking weeds, man. Again,
I know.
Full disclosure, I did mention it is London pound cake, and I have a special Texas weeds that I managed to get. Because the guy said, like, oh, we got all this stuff from Meigs County. And we've got this new Texas strain in. I was like, oh, Texas? Really? What are you talking about here? He's like, yeah, man, it's really strong. Let me see here. Let's pull out the Texas weeds.
Well, of course it's strong. It's from Texas.
Texas cactus cookies.
Ooh. That sounds good.
Total THC 33.70%.
They missed it by 0.4%. That's all right. I can see the effort there. That's not a failing grade.
Wow. And this thing is packed full of limonene, beta-carotene, myrcene, pinene. It's got linalool. Fuck, man, this is like a fucking terpene party, dude.
But does it get you high?
I don't know. I just cracked it open, but I haven't smoked any of it yet.
Yeah.
Because I loaded the first bowl with the London pound cake. We're on the first hour, Drizzle. Slow down.
All right.
Coming attraction.
I've been juggling like multiple things for hours now, so I'm good.
You know,
I'm down for whatever.
Just think about like when you go to the movies and you sit down to take in the movie. The Liberty Radio is on. You got the drizzle and the Yona coming over your airwaves. You know, satiating your ear appetite, and of course, we're gonna sprinkle in some coming attractions and some other shit that's going on at the beginning, kind of, you know, wet the palate and amuse bouche, as they say in French, a mouth pleaser, but in this case, a pleaser for the ear palate. Which brings us to the music.
What, you got a problem with the music? I thought it was pretty good this week.
The music that's in development.
Oh, okay.
It's just really incredible. Like every time I turn around, uh, like Dead Fella has sent me more software or has sent me more hardware by UPS and it's arrived on the porch. I mean, like it's unbelievable all of the love and the support that I keep receiving from Canada, from Bangladesh, from Mexico, from Chattanooga, from California, from fucking Manchester, England. I mean, just all over the place, man. People giving me stuff, and sending me stuff, and it's great because I would say I'm a complete broke ass, but not anymore. I'm still broke. I'm just not a total complete broke ass because I've been out there hustling my fucking ass off, and I may have gotten the upper hand on the DoorDash at last.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
If you want to make money, go serve people that have money.
Duh. Dude, I figured that out like day 3 on the magazine crew.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do y'all keep sticking me in like ghettos? I can't get any
Yeah.
money out of these people. Put me in the fucking $1 million homes. I can get all kinds of money out of those people. And I did.
Like, check this out. So I get this delivery. I already see it's like $14 and it's like nothing but drinks. It's got Canada Dry on there. And they didn't have any Canada Dry. So I put on the shopping order. No substitutions available. Well, then when I leave, I see
Damn,
there's
not
a
even Schweppes?
nope, because it was
Oof.
a Dollar General. So, and it was
Yeah.
just picked clean,
Yeah,
very
they're starting
busy.
to get that way. And it's not
You
just
know,
the Dollar General.
but I mean that's because the place is absolutely packed, and I mean there's only so much room to stock, and they're just totally shelves about picked clean, and I mean to be fair, the truck was literally out in the parking lot, and they were unloading stuff. So I mean they were in the midst of stuff, but nonetheless couldn't get my hands on any, and what they were stocking from the Dollar General truck wasn't going to be soda products, anyways. That would
Right.
come from the soda distributor, as you know.
Right.
Um, but so when I left, I see there's a Thornton's, which is like a Bucky's or a Sheetz or a 7-Eleven, a gas station, food mart type thing. And so I'm like, well, I know they'll have some Canada Dries. So I went in there and I bought 2 bottles of Canada Dry out of my pocket. Then I text, say, hey, I got you all your drinks and everything that was on your order. I'd already sent them the paragraph introductory thing saying, hey, I'm doing your shopping order. My name's Daniel. Let me know if you need anything. Blah, blah, blah. And then they sent back, thank you. Just TY. I was like, all
Hmm.
right. All right. We've got communication line established now. And so when
Basically.
I saw they didn't have the Canada Dry, I literally only had $5 cash left on. Spent $5 and I had to get changed from the car. So now I'm like, literally all I have is like maybe 13 cents left. But now I've got my bank cards. There's money on those, but just cash, right? And and I show up to the mansion, and I never got anything texted back. But I figured I'll just pay it forward. It'll work out. I get there, uh, and I go up, and I'm going to take the picture, and the big door opens. She's like, "Oh, I'm so glad I caught you. Here's $20 to cover that. I sure appreciate you getting the Canada Dry." Blam!
Nice.
Uh, I just got my $5 back
Yeah. And then
plus
some.
15.
Yeah.
Plus 15. It's a $15 tip
Well, you
on
took
top of it.
$5 and turned it into 20.
Yeah.
That's called being resourceful.
Yeah. Yeah. Go with your intuition.
It's what people are supposed to do in this world.
Because she had all these drinks on the list, plus she had the box of crudité. I saw where it was going on the PVA map, the tax assessor's office. and it's a gated community. And then I look up there and there's a pin code that she's giving me to get into the thing. I was like, yep. Yeah. I'm going to make sure she gets her gold. I'm going to make damn sure she gets her Canada Dry.
Right on.
And so after I bought the Canada Dry, then on the way there, I texted. I said, I just went ahead and bought Canada Dry out of pocket. Wanted to make sure you got your whole order filled. Sorry about Dollar General. And boom, $20. Cash.
That's how you do it.
Allegedly, because actually I didn't get that $15, Uncle Sam. This is just a story I made up.
Oh, wow. No, you faked me out. Sounded like something that would have happened.
But if it did actually happen, that I would owe taxes on that because you owe
No,
taxes on your cash tips. Allegedly.
I don't think Bluffdale's listening tonight. They didn't patch in earlier. My audio hasn't fucked up once.
I noticed I checked my PNC bank balance and there's nothing from Domino's. Normally normally I ask them what they want on their pizza and then they just
No,
order the pizza and they've already got all my bank account numbers. Who's kidding who? Wait a second.
what?
Yeah, they are listening, but they're
Of course they
eating
are.
fucking Indian tonight. Butter chicken, tiki masala, and what's naan? Is that the bread?
Oh,
Garlic naan?
yeah. Oh, the naan is so good. So
Garlic.
good. I haven't had Indian food in so long, man. You don't even know.
Well, bon appetit, guys. It's because we love you.
Chicken tikka masala is my jam.
That's
some
why we
good
keep
shit,
coming
man.
back on the air to keep you fuckers occupied there in beautiful
no, there
Camp
was,
Williams campus.
Yeah, 2 nights in a row at roughly the same time. It was like right before local time 7:30. So right before 8:30 Eastern. Everything's fine, music's playing, all of a sudden silence for 1 second and then the music comes back on. Oh, how you doing? How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks for joining us this evening.
That reminds me of like on the Andy Griffith show, whenever they would go to make a phone call and they would have to ring B and then B would patch them in. The old days of
The old
phones.
days, yeah.
You have to patch in. Let me connect you to the fucking Lynchburg exchange here.
Nobody under 30 knows what
I'm
you're
calling.
About.
I'm calling from Fredericksburg. Nope. Can you patch me to Lynchburg, please?
Although they did successfully bring back party lines.
Yeah. About fucking time.
Don't even know how they managed to accomplish that. Well, I guess I do. But it's a damnedest thing.
So you mentioned that World War III has finally started?
I believe so, yeah. I think Israel has begun the offensive for the eventual expansion of the greater Federated Israel project. That seems to be what's happening because they're making preparations for annexing Lebanon.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
even the war minister, the Israeli war minister, said that the war has entered a new phase. So I guess that means that they're moving on from Gaza. They're now focusing on Lebanon.
Yeah.
And as I said, last night or the night before, I expect Lebanon to be invaded by the end of the month. I don't think they're going to waste much time. I don't think they can. No. They don't have much time to get it done.
I had heard that Ansar Allah, or the Houthis, as it were, down there in good old Yemen, from their base in Medina Khudaida, right there on the coast of the Bahr al-Ahmar, the Red Sea, they launched a missile that hit Tel Aviv and literally flew right over 2 U.S. frigates and a French warship,
Good for them.
and then
That's a hell of a
somehow
shot.
evaded being intercepted by the what's it called? Drizzle Iron
The
Dome.
Iron
The
Dome, yeah, because
the
that
Iron
shit
Dome.
only works like
The
50% of the time.
impenetrable
Right,
Iron Dome.
right.
And so once again,
$1 billion coin flip.
from the barefoot brown skinned Yemenis that brought you your favorite stick drones, now these motherfuckers have managed to launch a fucking band-aid and duct tape fucking missile that streaked over 1,200 miles over. It's just really, or was it 1,200 kilometers?
Well, just, you know,
A long way. It's a long fucking way from the mouth of the Red Sea all the way to Tel Aviv.
look, if the Houthis can do it, what's stopping me from doing it?
Yeah.
I bet I can hit the Pentagon from here. That's not even 1,200 miles, I don't think.
And at the same time, most of the territory,
because wasn't no damn plane that hit that building. You know that, right?
Most of the territory that
It was
yes,
a
no
missile.
planes
It was a missile.
that was a Patriot Boeing.
I actually have the footage.
Yeah, I have seen actual footage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like literally about 4 or 5 very blurry frames.
Yes.
Where they had to slow it down and slow it down and slow it down. But yeah, it's literally a fucking Patriot missile. It's got the little winglets up toward the front and then the 4 winglets in the back.
Yeah.
And it's a bunker busting bomb that just happened to coincidentally hit the only part of the D ring that's not the original wooden exterior, but a special part of the D ring that had just been rebuilt with concrete and steel. Because if that missile plane or whatever had hit any other part of the D ring of the Pentagon building, which is just all made of wood, whole thing would have gone up just like a fucking tinderbox.
Oh, yeah.
It literally would have been a ring of fire, Johnny Cash. I mean, fuck, dude.
Maybe one day. One day.
But what are the chances? What are the dumb luck? Just what dumb luck that it just happened. Just happened to hit that one part of the Pentagon with the new concrete walls, and coincidentally where all of the records on the missing $1.5 trillion was that Rumsfeld had sort of mumbled, leaked out, literally on September the fucking 10th. But I don't remember, and you don't either.
No, I'm something about the way he says that. I don't think that money is missing.
Oh no, they know where it is. It's in their pocket.
That's right. He said we can't account for it. He didn't say it was missing.
Yeah. Oh, it's around here somewhere.
Yeah. I saw it the other day.
We're still looking for it.
I don't remember where I put it.
It's here somewhere. We're going to check
We'll
it
come
out.
across it sooner or later. Oh, hey, guess what happened? Somebody tried to blow us up.
Oh. Oh, wait, we're getting a tax audit. Darn it, the business office just caught fire. Son of a bitch. Well, don't know how we're going to do this tax audit when my business just burnt down. Oh, well. That's never happened before.
So, have you been following the exploding pager story?
Yes.
What do you think?
Obviously a major security breach in Hezbollah, but I mean, we've seen previous security breaches, for example, with the attacks on their centrifuges. I'm talking about in Iran proper, with the Stuxnet. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
You know, they fucked up their
Well, they
centrifuges
were
where
they
they're
were doing
enriching
commando.
uranium.
Yeah, they were doing commando operations in Iran just earlier this year, I believe,
Yeah. Well,
and
they did more
publicizing it.
assassinations. Remember
Like, what the
that? Didn't
fuck?
they assassinated the the lead negotiator for Hamas, who was in Tehran, Haneh, Haneh,
Yeah,
Haneh,
yeah, yeah.
um, which I mean, I don't see how that's any different from Trump administration having Qasem Soleimani being assassinated at the Baghdad airport after he was lured to Iraq under false pretenses to help oversee peace negotiations and an actual rapprochement in
Mm-hmm.
diplomatic relations between the Sunni and the Shia. There, moreover, between um, Saudi Arabia and Iran, which have traditionally been um, arch rivals, but now they've actually reestablished diplomatic relations. But I think the escalation with Hezbollah and Lebanon. Um, I mean, the whole point is to draw Iran into open and direct warfare with Israel. And when that happens, I think there's no doubt we have World War III. And so I don't see how anyone could argue with the fact that at this point, Iran continues to show tremendous poise and restraint, whereas the Zionists are just ever more uh, desperate and fighting more wars on more fronts simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, Netanyahu is completely destroying Israel, and by the time it's over with, all of those white Israelis with second and third homes will just have one home, and it's not going to be the home that they used to have in Israel. They'll just stay at the place in New York, or they'll stay at the place in Rotterdam or Paris or
Or
wherever else they
Kyiv.
have homes.
Yeah,
Queef.
you never know.
I had thought World War III had already started in Russia. But again, I feel like Russia
Well,
continues
I
to show
mean,
poise and restraint thus
yeah,
far.
yeah.
They,
Especially
they,
for the attacks that they've absorbed thus far on their own territory. Good God, the fireball that was produced by that weapons depot going up was
yeah,
unreal. Fucking David Dubine was like, "Oh my God, did they just drop a nuke in Russia?" I was like, "Fuck, come on, man."
that's what you call journalism right there.
Sure, I don't know.
I would love to hear David do a reading of uh, H.G. Wells's uh, Mars Invasion, like when he read it
Yeah,
over the
yeah, he'd
radio
have a good voice
and
for it.
got everyone well, not everyone, but he got a whole lot of people in the
Yeah,
country thinking, "Son of a bitch, the green men are here! Goddamn,
yeah,
protect the wife and kids."
he's got a little bit of that Orson Welles sound. I could see that. I think that would actually be wow. Nah, I doubt there'd be any way to make it happen by Halloween
What
of
was
this
that
year.
called? Was that Orson? Is that did he call that War of the Worlds?
Yeah, that
Orson
was
Welles?
War of the Worlds,
That
the
was War of the
H.G.
Worlds.
Wells fiction,
Yeah,
sci-fi novel,
but
whatever.
read out over the radio as if it was actually happening.
Correct.
The people fell for it.
Some people did
Like
fall for it. Yes,
I mean, they can say over the
that is the
radio,
story.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris just got 81 million votes, and people just believe it like aliens have landed. So
Yeah, well, again, it was one of those things where they're like, "All right, let's see what we can really do with this technology now."
I gotta say, it's really bizarre driving around these rich neighborhoods where, I mean, they're basically, even the nice mansions, they're just condominiums. They're all leaseholders. These are all corporate owned properties,
Yep.
gated communities. They're all managed by property management companies. And as soon as you get out to the nearest commercial development strip area, you've got the the rich people's Taco Bell. I'm sorry, did I say Chipotle? You've got the rich people's Kentucky Fried Chicken. I mean Chick-fil-A. I mean, you've got all, you've got the rich people's Subway. I mean Panera bread, and so it's Panera, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle. It's just fast food for rich people.
Yes.
It's like Starbucks.
Yeah.
It's just fast food for rich people. Oh, here's your fast food burger or your fast food sandwich and your fast food coffee drink, but it's got the Starbucks bitch on the side. So there's your sandwich and drink for $22. Are you going to tip your barista? Anyways,
Hell no, not for $22.
so like,
She didn't
and
make the sandwich.
it's the same story. And so what's interesting from my perspective, going from door to door and store to store and store to door and over again, it's the same thing. The rich people eating their fast food and the trailer trash eating their McDonald's and Taco Bell fast
Mm-hmm.
food. They're all the same, except for the life size poster board images. Because I mean, who's kidding who? I mean, it's a sea of Trump crows and Trump Vance signs for those that are still in participating in the political delusion of our fantasy democracy. It's like fantasy football, um, you know. But it it's just been a weird and strange feeling, and I'm find myself attracted to these neighborhoods and wanting to interact more with these people, even though they're like the people I should really just stay the fuck away from. And sure enough, last few days I keep seeing people walking outside with masks on. Every
No
other
shit.
yard has Harris Walls political signs. And then I finally found the fucking Harris Grow totem pole. And I'm like, I found it. I finally fucking found it. This, I mean, I have sought out the professional managerial class in their dens where they sleep, Drizzle. And I found them.
All right. So what kind
And
of
so I have a
experiments
lot
are
to
we going to
report
do?
on that, but not till 11 o'clock. Well, Eastern time.
All right.
That's the
Well, that's only 20
second
minutes. I
half.
can I can
Again,
delay gratification for 20 minutes.
this
Remember
is
that,
all.
ladies.
I mean, I really think it's such. I guess one thing that really fascinates me about whether it's Uber Eats or Instacart or Grubhub or DoorDash or whatever, is bringing your order to the door. It fascinates me being able to go into all of these different neighborhoods and get a taste of the commercial and industrial and residential. It's like almost like living in fucking Sim City. And it's like,
Hmm.
okay, now I'm picking up the fucking sushi order from the grocery store and I'm taking it to the chemical factory. and like I have to go past the gate with the fucking three red skulls on it to give this guy his thing. And I'm seeing on the signs, if three sirens is going off, just duck and cover on the ground and pray. Oh, so you're means you're dead, basically. You
Pretty
just had
much.
a lethal release.
Yeah.
And then the next order, I'm like at a daycare center. And then the next order, I'm at the richest part of town. And then the next order, like in Colorado, Columbus. I was in Columbus, actually about maybe a mile east of the Ohio State campus. It was about 10 o'clock. Uh, was it last Friday night? Anyways, I was like down to like 40 miles. My last bar had just started blinking. Kind of like when we were leaving. Now, is it Bourget? How do we say that bag ass town in fucking Panhandle of Texas again? Was
Well,
it Bourget?
I think if you're going to make it sound gay, it's
Bourget.
Bourget. Yeah.
It's Bourget.
Otherwise, it's booger.
Booger. Yeah.
Right.
Felt like that. That's what it felt like. It was a booger type feeling. I looked down and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to run out of gas in the worst, absolute worst part of fucking Columbus. Oh my God, there's a gas station. Wow. And there's one pump left open. The other three are taken by lowriders with ground effects. One of them is
Nice.
gassing up while he's got it in three-wheel motion. So this should be fine. I should be fine. Just a little bit deep into the ghetto here. But I should be fine.
You should be
I'm just
fine.
working. I'm just working here. So I go to walk in. I get up to the door. And there's this black chick. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I just need a couple dollars. I suck your dick for $10. I, I just I didn't turn my head or nothing. Didn't say nothing. I just walked right into the store. I gotta piss bad. So I go to the back to the fucking bathroom. Go into the room marked men's room.
There she is again.
No, it's another woman, but this one's white. Well, ish.
Whoa, is she charging 15?
No, no, this is the fucked up part. I open the door. She's like, that bitch outside tell you she sucked your dick for $10 because I'll do it for 5. So I just turn around. I go over to the fucking cabinet, see if they got my Starbucks drink. Nope. So then I look to see what kind of bottled water they got, and it's all municipal fucking bottled water. Why would I pay for city water in a bottle? Um, so I'm like, well, fuck it. I'll just go pay for my gas, and I go to stand in line, and there's only 2 people in front of me, but they're both playing lottery tickets. So I'm like,
That's always fun.
I guess I'll just go out and pay on the pump then. I should be fine. Well, I go to pay out the pump. Well, here comes $10 blowjob. And I'm like, oh, please don't say nothing to me. And I I know you seen that bitch in there. She already sucked your dick. Because I'll suck your dick for $5. I know she only charges $5. I'm like, how the fuck did I get caught up in the middle of this price war
Well, it's a
for
turf war.
blowjobs
It's
for
a turf
fucking
war.
crackheads?
Yeah.
It's a turf war. And she's mad because she got kicked outside, and the other one
Right. The other
literally
one's,
has the fucking men's room.
yeah.
She's already in the fucking workroom. I mean, the one outside, what's she gonna do? Take you around the side and suck your dick by the dumpster?
I mean, if she's smart, she'd go and get one of those 40 bottles out of the dumpster, smash it on the curb, and just go handle business. But yeah.
Yeah.
At least
Shout out
that's what they
to
used to do back in my day. I don't know. I don't know what the kids do
shout out to
nowadays.
Franklin County, Ohio. Franklin County, Ohio. Thinking of you. Whoa. What's Mark
But
doing in the chat here?
He's talking about something.
That was only 5 years after the incorporation of the State of Israel, May 14th, 1948, in Tel Aviv, recognized by the United Nations, May 11th, 1949, with Resolution 273.
That's right.
Israel Corporation
Yeah.
is a separate entity founded in 1968 by the government of Israel and is Israel's largest holding company. Israel's corporation. Okay, let's try this over again.
Interesting.
Israel Corporation's major holdings include Israel Chemicals, Oil Refineries Limited, Tower Semiconductor, Kenan Holdings, and Zim Integrated Shipping Service. Fuck, I've heard of Zim and Tower.
Huh. I just think the
Huh.
industries are interesting.
Yeah.
Chemicals, petroleum, semiconductor, shipping.
And global logistics.
Yeah. Could make a lot of money in those fields. A lot of money.
And there you have it, folks.
Can also control a lot of shit too, if you think about it.
When you tune in to the Liberty Radio read broadcast of Get Backed Harder, you're guaranteed to get backed harder by the major and the lieutenant colonel. That's how chain of command works. But for those that participate in the live chat, folks like Mark from Studio 8424 are waiting to fact you even harder with receipts, names, dates, and places. That's right, folks.
That's right. I don't
So
know. I'm curious. Does
come
Rumble
and get you
keep
some.
the live stream chat? I don't think they do. So I don't know if the folks on the replay get to see that or not.
I don't think there's live chat replay on Rumble. It's not like with YouTube, because YouTube has live chat replay
Right.
as well as some other platform. Uh, doesn't Odyssey have live chat replay?
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
Odyssey just keeps the live chat as like part of the comments.
yeah, it's just there,
Roger Warm boy.
but not Rumble.
Nope.
So whatever's said in the live chat during the live stream, it only happens once. You have to live it to
That's
experience
right.
it. You have to be there, or you're just square.
That's right. Otherwise, you miss
How,
out.
that's how live broadcasts work on those other type platformages.
All right. Let's see. You want to see if he's ready to go down on the floor? He's been in my lap for literally like the last 2 hours.
And what's his name?
Major Tom.
That's right.
Yeah.
We had discussed this before.
Yep. He's
I
adorable.
think it's time for Major Tom to talk to ground control again.
Well, we'll give it a shot. Last time I did that, he started screaming his head off. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. He's going for the console though.
You know, I have the
So
same
you know he's
problem.
instrument rated.
I have the very same problem with my little wolf baby. She'll
Yeah.
wake up screaming. I'll bring her in here. I'll put her in the chair next to me, even though Daddy's trying to do a broadcast with the big adult type peoples. Um, and so I'm like, I'll just put her down on the floor, give her a toy to play with. She just screams her head off, starts doing the 2-year old, interpretive dance, kind of like that Australian chick at the Paris Olympics.
Yeah. Ray Gun,
Ray Gun.
my hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. She reached for the stars.
And I'm going to warn you right now. I have now downloaded Ray Gun footage. And I'm working on a new banger that's kind of like the one that I did called Come On, Let's Go.
Right.
Wired for 2 or 3 days remix.
Right.
A lot of people just call that song Wired to the Max, but it's
Right.
actually called something else. Don't worry. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. I don't care as long as you're dancing. It's all about the groove, man. Feel the vibe. tune in, tune out. But this new track is like Detroit house with a lot more hip hop, uh, like I sampled that one thing from Players Anthem with Biggie and Junior Mafia
Mm-hmm.
called Players Anthem. Um, anyways, that's going to be something. I've not really had a chance to make any new songs or videos or
Well,
really
you've been
anything
busy. You've been out grinding. You
in the
know,
last week.
are
But
people like blowing up your email? Like, yo, where's the new fucking Yona joint, man? What the fuck's
well,
going
I
on?
mean,
Where's my free fucking music, asshole?
it got to the point to where I was just like kicking my legs long enough to get my nose above the water. If
Mm-hmm.
I tilt my head back and then just taking in a deep breath through my nostrils and then going back underwater, and I decided, fuck it, man. I'm driving to Columbus. I'm driving to Cincinnati. I haven't got so desperate to drive to Cleveland yet because Cleveland, really? I mean, God
I mean,
damn.
that's pretty bad if you're
Yeah,
going to
jeez.
Cleveland.
I mean, why not just say fuck it and go to Detroit at that point? So I've been hustling and hustling, hustling. Now, finally, I've got to a point to where now I've got a little bit of savings put off to the side, and I've got money in the bank account, money on the dash card, money in the pocket, cash on hand, and literally just in the nick of time. Just in time, America. There you go.
Yeah, that's
Everything
it's
is
Amazon America. Yeah,
everything is just in time.
that's right. Oh, just in time, Yona. You see, you build up your little stash there just for Jerome Powell to issue his panic button rate cut and send the markets into a tizzy.
Yes,
So yeah.
I told you there'd be a rate cut. I told you.
Oh, apparently there's 4 more coming
That's
because
right.
we got to print a bunch more money, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you were aware of that, but we got to fund this war somehow. So we got to print more money.
Yeah, but they already did the money printer go burr, and that's not going to work this time. So this time it's going to be money printer go a rat tat tat tat. It should pan out until we run out of ammo.
I don't know. Is this the time to buy a house? I'm not so sure.
I mean,
I'm not so sure. They only came down a half a percentage point.
when Democrats are talking about price controls and rations, you want to smell war smokes.
Oh yeah.
It's like when you're playing spades or some other cards game, and literally you can read people's faces. Like, well, I can tell what's in your hand just by looking at your face. We've all played cards with motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They have no poker face at all. Yeah, you get. Oh well, we know who's got the fucking ace of spades now, don't we? You can't even hide your smile. I mean, we're talking about it. You hear us talking about it, and look at the shit-eating grin on your face.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah," and I'm just waiting for the last hand, and I've got the Joker. So fuck you, dumbass, dumbass.
Well, so far he's mesmerized by the mirror ball. That might be a good thing.
Now, did I already play that song, "The Town Jakes"? Did I play that on the last week episode?
What was the name of it?
Town Jakes, the one about the canal boats.
Yeah, I think you did play that one
Yeah,
last week.
yeah, and I showed the video too. I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's the most recent song I think I've done with lyrics.
Wow.
Uh, Yeah. Wrote a couple new melodies and stuff, but no lyric. Well, now I take that back. I did write. Well, yeah, I haven't recorded the lyrics to it yet. That's going on the rap song because it's called Strodio. Strodio. So that's a
Oh,
combination
explain that,
of
please.
strode
Right,
and rodeo. And for
right.
those that don't know what a strode is a street and a road combined together, and it's 5 lanes. 5 lanes of death. A strode.
Is that an
So
actual thing? Like that's a real term?
that's an actual term. A
A
strode.
strode.
Okay. All
Never
right.
heard that before.
This is perfect. All right. All right. Let me pull up. Let's go to the clip. It's time to get back to harder. Get out your pen and paper. It's time to take notes, folks.
Oh, good lord.
Here we go. I guess I'll go to YouTube. Why not? Strode. And where is he?
Where's who?
Uh, Now a lot of people are talking about Strode, but I want to find my dude.
They are? I ain't heard nobody say this word before. I think you're making this up.
Strode. Come on, where is he at? Where is my guy? Um, Strode, Utah. Maybe that'll bring.
He's just wandering
No,
around crying. Oh,
no,
oh,
I
don't
should
go in the
not.
desk. Don't go in the desk.
I should
That's
not
not where
go.
you want to be.
All right, so let's go to screen share and Strode. So when you put in Strode,
Oh, hold up.
uh, when you put in Strode in the search bar
There
in
we go.
YouTube,
All right.
blam, you get these videos.
Oh, good lord.
So a Strode is a 5 lane road where you got 2 lanes going one way, 2 lanes going the other, and then a center lane that either direction can pull into and use to make turns. That's typically what a strode is. A strode normally refers to the 5 lane street road where it's taking freeway amounts of traffic and it's got left turn lanes and stoplights everywhere. But then it's got gas stations and fast food joints and houses and driveways and everything just pulling out right onto that main fucking road. That's basically like the main thoroughfare.
Hmm.
And so it's just absolute madness when there's traffic because there's people turning out of the center turn lane. People are using the center turn lane to pass people. I mean, it's just madness. That's a strode. And so the strodio is for the commuters all across the United States. They get to navigate the strode,
Hmm.
5 lanes
I
of
mean,
death,
they are. They're all over the United States.
strodes.
I didn't know that they actually had a name.
So,
Lots of,
well, uh,
probably I would imagine like for the Strodes in Ohio right now, probably got a lot of Haitians hanging out on them, right? Like, because I'd imagine there's a lot of pets that get caught in those lanes.
well, it's
I'm sorry,
10:59.
buddy. I probably
Uh, I'm gonna wait till
oh,
11:01 till
too
I
soon.
touch
Too
on that.
soon.
City nerd is a bit. Yeah, I can't do city nerd. Sorry, city nerd. Where is my dude? Where is my guy,
Who are you?
man?
What guy are you? What are you? I don't understand.
Uh, Utah Highway Design Guide.
So were there Haitians in the gated communities?
Yes, there are rich Haitians, really rich Haitians. I mean, after all, when you think
No,
about
no. I'm talking
immigrants
about like
coming,
the immigrant Haitians, not like people that have been here.
Road Guy Rob. Yes, yes, Road Guy Rob.
That's your guy?
Found him. That's my dude. I found my dude. All right, now let's search Road Guy Rob for Strode.
Well, there they go. Yep, that was not me. Brilliant.
Oh,
Absolutely brilliant.
I can't do a 2 hour and 48-minute video,
No, we
Road Guy
can't.
Rob. Come on, man. Oh, here's another thing that they love to do with Strodes, and that is flip-flop interchanges. So here's a Strode with a flip-flop. This is a flip-flopping Strode, the worst of the Strodio nightmares by Road Guy Rob.
Thanks to this waterfront hotel
wait,
on
how about a
Booking.com,
commercial
even Yankees fans are loving Boston.
Oh, no.
Normally,
Oh my
driving this way in
God.
America would be a very bad idea. What do you
Is he
think
on
this
mushrooms?
is? Japan?
Yes.
Driving on the left side of
He's
the
a
road?
druggie like us.
In
He's
fact,
cool.
it's a good thing he's driving on the left side of the road, because if you're on the right, he'd be in trouble right now. Why are we getting a little bit of Australia or India?
A little bit of London.
Accent is terrible and it gets a 0 out of 10.
This is a diverging diamond interchange. A legal opposite day where you get to drive on the left side of the road. And this is one of the first ones ever. Fifth in the world, I believe. Third in America. These are popping up everywhere. States have built 200 more of these, which means your town might get one soon. So what on earth could possibly be possessing states all over the country to start installing these seemingly pointless freeway interchanges where you drive on the wrong side of the road? Well, it's actually a good reason.
Life is a highway. Nobody can make you settle down. Then two paths cross.
What the
And
fuck is
I
happening, Drizzle?
irresistibly
I'm not quite
drawn
sure,
What is
but
it?
to diamond.
I think I'm getting horny.
The most common way to marry the freeway to the cross street. Love at first sight for the interstate system.
A bridge separates the freeway from the cross street. When a driver wants to exit, they slide off onto this one-way road which goes in the same direction as the freeway. And where it reaches the cross street, they can turn left or right. And it's almost a mirror image for people re-entering the freeway. Take those two legs and rotate them around to the other side, and you end up with the rhombus shape that we call a diamond because it looks like a diamond. And what a honeymoon! Diamonds are relatively cheap to build, the bridges are relatively simple, and they don't need a lot of land, like a clover leaf. But honeymoons don't last. Life gets busier, and you start to grow apart.
Ain't that it?
Stuck
that
out the
it?
intersection.
When these two roads got together, I didn't know about the two traffic signals that were going to be next to each other.
Sorry, baby. That's a deal breaker.
Come on.
You plus me equals frowny emoji.
This marriage of convenience is becoming one of inconvenience.
Go, 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 go. Come on. And I'm over the line. Yay.
Maybe we can fix this if we're willing to go get some professional help.
I did invent it, quote unquote.
Gil Schlewicki had an idea. Maybe you could save a failing diamond by twisting it like a pretzel. He wrote up his idea in a grad school paper, and then he hopped on an airplane.
I flew out to Europe, and the last day of my trip, I went through what was my concept in Versailles, France.
And as you might imagine surreal shock would cause, his jaw hit the floor.
I kind of exactly like that. My sister was on the bus too, like, what's going on? Like, what's the matter, guy? Like, I'll tell you in a second. Hold on.
Just imagine how conflicting that must feel, because on the one hand, the thing you just invented already exists, so it's not an invention anymore.
Apparently, that was been there for about 15, 20 years at a time.
But on the other hand, it actually got built, so it must be a good idea, right? More importantly, it's a cheaper idea to fix a diamond interchange's inherent flaw.
So diamond interchanges work great when there are not many left turn movements.
Drivers exiting the freeway and making a left-hand turn don't get very far. They have to stop for traffic coming from the other direction, also making their left turn. They trap each other on the bridge. The opposite problem happens when you try to give people a green arrow to get onto the freeway. You block access to the bridge for everybody.
The problem is when you're trying to synchronize the signal on one side of the ramp versus the signal on the other side of the bridge. You can't have a green and then a green with a green arrow on both sides at the same exact time.
When you try to prevent people from getting stuck, you end up only being able to help one side at a time, and everybody else has to just sit there and wait. For example, this is Bob. He's driving the big blue big rig, and it's full of precious creamed corn, ready to be put into cans. So getting him to the factory is priority number one, and we'll hold all the red lights we need to get him there. Yep, all 5 red lights.
I just got to say,
damn, 5 red lights?
It's much better when you have 7 red lights across that intersection, because all of the diamond ramps are feeding into frontage roads. I love Texas. Anyway.
Which makes Bob and his truck look kind of selfish.
That synchronization of the signals becomes extremely difficult. What you wind up getting is a lot of what we call lost green, where the light is green, but you're not getting any production on the other side.
But by the 1970s, Tampa, Florida engineers had fixed it. They made it so cars could turn left at the same time. They created a new type of freeway interchange that has a single traffic signal right in the middle. They called it an urban.
Those are called SPUs, or SPU. That's a SPU, a single point interchange.
Wouldn't that be a SPI?
That's a spy. Why is it a SPU? I don't know. Anyway,
I think
an exchange at the time, but today we call it a single point urban interchange, a SPUI.
Yeah, because it's a single point urban interchange.
Oh, a SPUI.
SPUI.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
that was what happened when you came too fast, but
I'm really high, but I see that we're getting into the weeds of the nerdy part of civil engineering here, but this is part of the Get Back Harder. For all you commuters out there, any driver in the United States has at one time, if not every day, had to deal with diamond freeway interchanges and waiting at that dreaded left turn signal. Anyway, just a little bit more of this, and hopefully we'll get to some stroke.
And it solves all of our problems. People exiting can go at the same time. People entering can go at the same time. People going straight can go at the same time. And one stoplight just keeps spinning around these 3 phases over and over again. SPUIs are really cool, but look how wide that left turn is. That's one of their flaws. They're like a big, flat soccer field. And like a 4-year-old kicking the ball toward the wrong goal, it's very easy to get lost. No curbs guiding you where you need to go. You have to follow dashed lines. And the other cars are passing you on the right, which is weird. The large left arc is great for semi-trucks, but you can take them really fast, which I find is totally exciting.
Dangerous.
A little too fast. You can't do that at a diamond. The corner's sharp, so you have to go fairly slowly, which is good if you want to slow traffic down, remind people they're not on the freeway anymore. In either case, those long, SPUI curves require really big bridges to accommodate them, which means building new bridges from the ground up.
If the SPUI is going under, you usually need longer bridges. If they're going over, they need this really huge structure.
The cost may sink the project. especially if the existing bridge is relatively new and in good shape.
Buoys do have their place. The big thing with a DDI compared to a SPUI is that you need a small deck for the bridge.
You can even get by using the existing bridge from the old Diamond. So let's look at how a DDI works. What if we take the two traffic signals and pull them back just a little bit? And with the extra space, we can use these lights to cross the traffic over to the other side. Now you have no oncoming traffic stopping you from making a left turn anytime you want.
By doing that, we don't need a left turn phase anymore and get a lot more traffic onto the ramp.
And similar magic happens the other way round. The cars making a left turn to exit the freeway pass by each other. They don't get trapped. If you think about the left turn as four wires that are all tangled together, the crisscross of the DDI untangles it. Now the traffic light can just ping-pong back and forth, one, the other, which is really efficient.
Because we only have two phases and we don't have the lost green, we can actually generate a lot more traffic through the DDI because we can synchronize the signals better.
Now the only movement that's getting stuck is through traffic. We'll talk about this problem in a minute. But what about right turns? We focus on left turns because right turns are generally easy, whether it's at a Diamond, a SPUI, or a DDI. There's no oncoming traffic to cross, so you can either have a dedicated ramp, which you can use to make a right turn anytime you want, or allow right turn on red. So what would it take to give left turns the same treatment? Most American downtowns do allow left turn on red when it's between two one-way streets. Safe to do because you're not crossing paths with people coming the other way. When you're on the left side of the street, left turns become just as easy as right turns were when you were normally on the right side.
Then you really have like two one-way streets with a major road and a minor road.
The left is inside the wrong way crossover area. The right turn is outside of it. You can turn right just like normal. Truly the best of both worlds. Free-flowing dedicated left turn ramps to get onto the freeway, and sometimes left turn on red when you exit. Of course, this only works if drivers know it's okay to give it a try. Will they? From American Fork Main Street in downtown American Fork.
All right, what
Time
did
to
I
play
win?
America's favorite game show, Left on Red After Stop. Here we have a left red arrow and a black Audi. Will he turn left on the red? No, he waits for the green.
Wow.
I guess he didn't need to wait. Oh, there's so much
What I
green
was
time.
waiting for.
Darn you, DDI, working too efficiently. Here we go. Red arrow. Left on red after stop is allowed. But there's oncoming traffic, so the Subaru waits his or her turn. Will they turn out? No, they're waiting. And they're still waiting. But see, I can see this being a problem if nobody makes...
My favorite is all of the drivers at the roundabouts in Ohio
Oh, God.
that pull up to the yield sign at the roundabout and slam on their brakes and come to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's no one else in the roundabout. It's like you've never been in one of these before, have you?
I don't think they know what yield means.
Yeah. Yield doesn't mean stop and
Right.
look. Yield means look while you're going, not stop and then look. That's a stop sign. Different shape than
Right.
triangle. It's the one with the 8 sides. But anyways, we didn't really get much. We got more into the weeds of freeway interchange design than we did Strode.
It
But,
was interesting.
I
I don't think anybody's ever going to turn left on that red light, though.
In
It's just
fact,
not how they're programmed.
you've got a lot of right turn on red people like today that just would not. They're not
Nope.
gonna go. Waiting for the green light. I didn't put City Nerds Strode Explainer on there because you know what?
What?
Let's go down here. Let's go down here to City Nerd.
Oh, we got more?
Well, this is why I didn't use City Nerd before, and this is why I'll give you a taste of City Nerd. And there's not going to be disco music. It's not. It's not going to make you horny. It's not going to be entertaining. So here's the City Nerd on Strodes. What is it, Strodes? Oh, God damn.
The team is looking down the barrel of a 4:55 meeting.
Can they turn it around?
Oh my
Buckle up
God.
your seatbelts, everyone, because today we're going to look at what happens when Strodes collide. This is City Nerd, weekly content on cities and transportation.
He looks like a nerd.
Or maybe more accurate.
How do you like that, Power Man 5000? When Strodes collide.
And you know, I just love making top 10 lists of terrible infrastructure. When I did my video on pedestrian overcrossings, which featured the intersection of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana Avenue, I kind of wondered aloud whether this was the largest signalized intersection in the US or even the world, based on the absolutely absurd number of approach lanes, 29 in all. Luckily, this is the internet, so it took like an hour tops for one of my trusty viewers to correct me. Nathaniel Santiago pointed out that SR7 and Forest Hill Avenue in West Palm Beach actually has more approach lanes. Well, trust but verify, right? So let's check it out. I actually count 31 approach lanes here, and that's not even including the, I don't know, bike lanes that are squeezed in between the through lanes and the right turn lanes.
Oh my God.
Can you even imagine trying to bike through this intersection? Anyway, this got me pretty excited about the possibility of doing like a 10 most offensively large intersections video. But to be honest, I wouldn't even know where to start.
This dude's
with
actually
that.
kind of funny.
Maybe they're all in Florida. So instead, what I'm going to do today
He's
is take a
humorous
deeper
but
dive
dry.
into
Very dry.
Very dry, yeah.
so that
But
we can
still.
really understand the disaster that unfolds when two Strodes intersect, the contortions traffic engineers have to go through to make it all quote unquote work, and how people who have to navigate it without a car are usually complete afterthoughts. So, quick refresher on what a Strode is. It's an arterial that attempts to fulfill both the commercial purposes of a street and the speed and throughput purposes of a limited access roadway. And in attempting to achieve both of those goals, it manages to make a hash out of the whole thing. So Strodes are in and of themselves bad, but what I want to focus on today is maybe the most offensive part of the whole thing, which is what happens when two of them intersect. I referenced this in my Strodes video from a while back, where I counted up the approach lanes on the northbound Decatur leg of its intersection with Charleston in West Las Vegas. But today I want to look at a more suburban location that really reflects the design decisions that characterize suburban transportation planning and policy in the US. And for that, I'm going with the intersection of St. Rose Parkway and Eastern Avenue in Henderson, Nevada. Let's take a quick tour of these two beauties so we can see what we're getting into. In traffic
Shout out to
engineering,
Clark
when you do an
County,
intersection
Nevada.
study, you look at a pretty wide influence area, maybe a quarter mile in each direction, looking at upstream and downstream signals, cross streets, driveway accesses, land uses, anything that might affect traffic flow through the intersection. So let's take a tour around the influence area and look at some typical Strode land uses. Big box stores set like a country mile back from the street with acres of surface parking, check. Drive-throughs, which are endemic to Strodes. Drive-through banks, for sure.
They're all the
Drive-through
same,
coffee
Driz.
joints.
It's the
But
same
it's really the
layout.
drive-through
Every
fast
city.
food places.
No, I know. I've been
I mean,
all over the
nothing
country,
sense
dude.
idea, quite like sitting in your car for 20 minutes in line, waiting for like some
as an
chicken
engineer
tenders
and
fries
surveyor
you're gonna
and
eat off
city
your
planner,
lap
this
while
is
you
the shit
have
that
one hand or
just
maybe
pisses
just
me
one
off
knee on
traveling
the
all
wheel.
over.
The thing about this
fucking
part of
Midwest.
America, and you may not properly understand this if you live in another part of the world, I'm talking about drive-throughs that require their own coned-off areas and specialized traffic logistics just to keep the queue from blocking adjacent travel lanes and drive aisles. It gets really hairy at a place like In-N-Out, and heaven forbid you have a craving for a religiously sanctioned fried chicken sandwich, because that requires a double-lane drive-through. These places are built like, I don't know, New Jersey toll plazas. What else? Well, wing joints, including the best wings in town. No, not this place. I mean this one. Money laundering operations. I mean mattress stores. Gun shops. glorified ham and egg shops, shops that sell both beef and pizza, purveyors of fine beverages. I compared the Strode to an ecosystem in my earlier video. Well, it's not just a metaphor. Even in a desert that's almost completely paved over, the habitat teems with wildlife. The larger point here is all these land uses in the intersection's influence area are big trip generators. So it's not going to be uncommon for someone to travel through this intersection multiple times on the same trip, which really just exacerbates all the problems. So let's take a look at intersection geometry. These are Strodes. We know they're big streets. And if you look upstream in each direction to check the typical cross-section, Eastern is 3 through lanes and St. Rose is 4 through lanes. These are really big footprints as it is, but look how they widen out as you approach the intersection. This kind of has a sick logic to it if you think about it, because a signal basically cuts throughput
And that's
in
not
half
an
or
interstate.
worse. So you kind of need something like double the approach lanes
that's
through the intersection
suburban
to provide the same
nirvana.
capacity as whatever the typical cross-section is upstream and downstream. It's really perverse. After all, the intersection is where you actually need the most space for things like signal poles and cabinets, ADA ramps, pedestrian queuing. So there are a lot of competing needs you have to balance. Yet over and over,
Texas has already figured this out, Clark County, Nevada. What you do, you take the 2 innermost lanes closest to the highway center, protect those with Jersey barriers, concrete walls. That's your freeway. You make the rest of the lanes on either side frontage roads. And then you make bridges over the intersection for the interior 4-lane freeway section. Welcome, Texas, y'all. There, I just solved your Strode problem.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem to work. And the people figure it out fairly easily. So, I mean, these are Texans we're talking about, so you can't make it too complicated for them.
Hey, Major Tom agrees. He chimed in.
Major Tom is going off right now.
Oh, well, actually, no. Apparently, Major Tom is not a fan of the Texas frontage road slip ramps. They're not for everybody. And, for people that have not driven in Texas before, the slip ramps that pull off onto 2-way frontage roads, that throws people off. That throws people off. And plus it throws people off if you live next to the freeway and you use one of those 2-way frontage roads that's right alongside the freeway, and all of a sudden somebody comes flying off the freeway at 75 miles an hour coming straight at you with their headlights on because it's at night. And it takes some getting used to.
A little bit.
It can be scary at first.
Well,
but I mean, it's the same thing in New Jersey with the
if you screw up, you only do it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think that's enough on the Strodes, and I've procrastinated and strung it out long enough here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We got more? We got more clips? Are we becoming a clip show? Is that what's happening?
No. I'm finally going to get to the point here. So,
okay.
Particularly
Major Tom is
working
calm now.
Particularly working the late night hours. Like I normally don't stop working until 2 or 3 a.m. And it's the hours of 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. when I typically see in virtually every town, with notable exceptions, we'll get to that. That's when I see the tomcats and the feral cats just fucking taking over every single town. They're literally everywhere. They're in every dumpster. They're chasing mice. I mean, they're fucking cats everywhere. Cincinnati, Columbus, Portsmouth, Athens, Chillicothe, Toledo, Detroit, Lima, however you want to say it.
Lima. I think
Lima. I think
I
it's
don't
Lima.
know.
Lima, Ohio. Lima. Bowling Green, Ohio. Detroit. I mean, everywhere. And then I kept hearing the stories about the cats eating and all the feelings getting hurt about. And not all Haitians eat cats, and maybe it's not just Haitians eating cats. I don't know what's going on, but I've now hit Springfield 3 times for a total of over 12 hours. But now I hit it at night twice.
All right.
I have myself haven't seen a single fucking cat in that whole town.
Well, no, because there's like 20,000 Haitians there.
And it's kind of weird.
Are you
It's kind of
kidding?
weird because, I mean, literally in every town you go to at night, there's fucking stray cats. That's a thing. It's called Earth.
Hmm.
And so to not see any cats anywhere, and it's not like there isn't other wildlife. I mean, I saw deer, I saw raccoons. I didn't see any raccoons in Springfield neither, although they kind of resemble cats.
Your camera is struggling for some reason.
Huh.
I have no idea why. It's bizarre.
Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi.
Could be the Wi-Fi.
I wonder if it. Let me try that thing.
Blam! Wow, we're getting like some Max Headroom type shit going on.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never saw any cats in Springfield. Not one.
Well, I mean, again, I don't imagine that every single one of the 57,000 original households in Springfield had a cat. It was probably much less than that. So again, you bring in 20,000 hungry people into a place that already doesn't have a large indigenous cat population to begin with, you're probably going to run out of cats.
It's safe to say that Tomcat Hibachi the farm.
Yeah.
Yep. Found his way into the Tokugawa Sushi and Hibachi Grill and Hibachi Farm. He bought the farm. There you go.
He did indeed.
There's 9 ways to saute a cat, but I mean, eating cats. I mean, or like cat meat in the Chinese food. I mean that's been a thing for a long time.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it even like the jokes at the powwow of like keep your pets away from the engines. They'll eat them. We'll eat anything. It's true.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to it, most people will.
Right.
You know?
I mean, and there comes a point in time, like if you're with the Donner Party, going up through, the Donner Pass now, or what was it, the soccer team from Argentina that crashed in the Andes Mountains in their airplane?
Yeah.
You know, if you've got pet carriers on that flight, um, and you're eating people before you eat all the pets, what's weirder?
Well,
It's like, whoa, yeah, so you're gonna eat Roger and Hannah, and you're still skipping on Mistopheles over there.
I think we can all agree that Roger was just an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Hannah was trying to fuck everybody. So I mean, in a way, we're kind of doing these folks a favor.
Listen, everybody was glad when Hannah bit it. Bitch wouldn't shut up. Anyway.
That's right.
It's bad enough we're stranded on top of this mountain. Now, who needs that fucking mouth hole that just keeps making the word sounds? God damn.
Right.
Wow, I gotta say though, Miamisburg, Mason, Gahanna, New Albany. Man, so Easton. Some of these fucking neighborhoods with the topiaries. I mean, literally every other street's got a whole crew of fucking Mexicans landscaping the fuck out of all of the uh, bushes and shrubs and flowers and planter beddings that are in the highway medians at the right turn lanes and in the median strip. And, all of the road signs are ornate and ornate lighting fixtures. And, even the Starbucks and the McDonald's and the Jack in the Box and the Popeye, all the Chick-fil-A, all of them, you can't even tell they're there. You have to look at the little brick sign, and they've just got
Right.
a little thing in there because of the zoning regulations, so that it
Right.
all looks like, because in Easton, everything is supposed to look like you're in Colonial Williamsburg. So it's got all with the colonial brick style, like you're in
Why?
because it's bougie as fuck, man. And then you add the letter E to the end of every word so it looks even bougier.
Awesome. I would not live there.
Like Brookway with a E on the brook and an E on the way. And it's written in cursive on the sign. Bougie as fuck. It's all right, though. Every fucking DoorDash order there, it's like $15, $20. See my ass there every day if I can get there.
That's pretentious with
That's
the E
fucking
on
Lambo.
way.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's
It's like
sophisticated.
we know it's going to cost extra for that extra letter, but we just want it there anyway. Fuck it.
Because it's that cursive E on the end. It's like a little pigtail.
That's right. It's a little squiggly. The women are like, it's so cute. It's not an actual fucking word, you retards.
It's amazing to actually go to places where there's people wearing Kamala Harris shirts and on segways and wearing masks and
They have segways?
yeah,
Oh my.
and the e-bikes and the e-board, like the little e-scooter thing, and like it's got the little handlebars and you just step up on it,
Yeah.
but it's
I know
got the
what you're talking
ground
about.
effects on it.
Yeah.
And they're all like you use your cell phone and you just tap it because they all just tap with their phones for everything.
Yeah, those were starting to come
Um,
into Fairfax when I was there. They look
just
retarded.
just everywhere. But I mean, the cutest thing was seeing the dad and the two sons, and they all had their little electric scooters, and they were all wearing Harris shirts.
No fucking way. Did you get pictures?
No,
Dude, you gotta
'cause I
start
mean,
getting pictures of this shit.
mean,
'Cause
when I
this is
seen
like
those people,
highly unbelievable type stuff that you're relaying here.
when I seen those people in the crosswalk there at Eastgate Shopping Center off of Ohio State Route 32 and Interstate 275, about 5 miles south of Kings Island Amusement Park, um, I'm like in the midst of going from one roundabout to the next roundabout, but it's roundabouts with the 3 lanes on each side. So it's a 6-lane road with roundabouts, meaning a 4-lane road. And so now they've got 3 lanes going around the roundabout. And then there's this guy and his son with Kamala Harris shirts using the crosswalk through the roundabout to get to the island in the roundabout. And I was just like, yeah, I wish I could have took that picture. But I mean, I was in the center lane with traffic on both sides as I'm going through it. And I look over
understand.
I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my. Yeah. And so I'm mentioning it. But yes, I'll be going back. I'm going to be, and yes, I will get pictures. It's because I sought these places out. I specifically went looking for, where are these liberals? Where are these mask wearers? Because I ain't seeing them in Trump, Southern Ohio. I'm not seeing them in Trump, Virginia or West Virginia. I'm not seeing them in Trump, Kentucky. Where are they? Well, I found them. And unironically, and I guess obviously at this point, the richest, douchiest motherfuckers, the ones driving the Jaguar, but he doesn't say Jaguar. He says Jaguar.
Right.
I did say douchey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my Jaguar.
Yeah.
Fucking douche. Anyways, they're all liberals now. They're all Democrats. The richest, douchiest.
Well, they were Democrats before, too.
Yeah. But I mean, traditionally around here, I'd always, the richest, douchiest motherfuckers were Reagan Bush supporters. And now they're Clinton supporters. And
they're establishment supporters is what they are.
yeah. It's just that now the establishment is the Democratic Party, which has been fully infiltrated by the Goldwater girls, Elizabeth Warren, Republican, and Hillary Clinton, Republican. We've been over all of this before. This is just review at this point. But
it's morality plays. It's all just a bunch of fucking morality plays. That's all it is.
It's also weird that, like, and again, I will be taking pictures. There are Harris Walls signs that are red with the names in white.
That's interesting.
And most of the Trump signs are blue or black with the letters in white. And so I see the Trump blue signs and the Harris Walls red signs. And I mean, it makes sense because she's communist. But normally I associate blue with Dems and red with never mind. Just
right.
Well, never mind. Doesn't matter.
You're not wrong though. However, Yona, there was a time, I can't remember exactly when it was, where it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Where red designated a Democrat and blue designated a Republican. And they switch all the time.
Yeah. Well,
I was trying to see if I could find their official. There it is. So I was trying to see if they have the.
We're throwing in the.
They don't have the 3 red communist banners.
The Texas cactus cookies are going in the hole. Let's see what's going on.
All right. See what they taste like.
Oh yeah. The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. Sing it with me now.
You know, whenever they add cookies to the end of the name, it's going to be good.
You know, speaking of cookies.
Like those Mandarin space cookies.
Okay. There is a special bougie little place that makes nothing but cookies. And it's called Crumble. But they spell it like.
Right on.
Crumbl.
That's fine. I don't care how they spell it.
Crumble.
They do peanut butter cookies? I bet they do.
Oh, yeah. So, like, you could probably get like a 6-pack
peanut butter chip.
Peanut butter chip cookies from Crumble. A 6-pack of those probably run you.
Oh, and there he went, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get him back here.
Oh, hey, it's me again.
And maybe the camera will work this time.
Yeah, I was just saying that 6-pack of peanut butter cookies from Crumble Cookies probably going to run you about $36.
$36?
I said it was bougie. Didn't I say it was bougie?
No, thank you.
I did say it.
I'll make my own damn ghetto cookies for $36. Thank you. I'll put weed in them shits.
They're really big cookies, though.
I don't care.
And they come in a pink box.
Nope.
You don't understand.
Not for $36. Unless it comes with a blowjob, it's not worth it.
I get orders to go to Crumble Cookies to pick up a box with one cookie in it. One fucking cookie. The tip is $20 paying out to me to take this one cookie. And I look down and it's 15 miles away, which if you're in a rural area and you could take an interstate or a good highway there, you're probably talking about 15, 20 minutes. But when you look down and the 15 miles it's talking about is precisely on the other side of the city. And to draw a straight line from point A to point B would take you through the central business district, in this case, down fucking town Columbus. That's why it's saying 45 minutes. Take that one cookie for $20.
I suppose. If they're willing to pay it, all right.
I mean, what's crazy is like if they're taking forever to fill the order, then you can cancel after 10 minutes.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
And so like when I see it's going to take more than 10 minutes, like when I show up and I say, "Hey, is the order ready?" "Oh, we just got it. Kitchen's starting on it now." "Oh, how long do you think the kitchen's going to take?" "Well, it's fourth in line in orders, so should be ready in about 15, 20 minutes." "Oh, okay." Well, I don't think DoorDash is factored into this $3.25 payout for this order going 2 miles from this store to their house. I don't think that $3.25 includes me standing here slowly working my way from 1 to 2 to an entire fist up my ass for 15 minutes.
It might. I mean, it was what, $3.25?
Yeah.
They might have factored that in. Otherwise, it might be like $2.50.
And so,
It's your
at that
75-cent reach around.
I just immediately go out and start driving to the richer part of town, and then I check back on the phone 10 minutes later and say cancel and say, "Oh, your completion rate will not be effective." I know, because it's been more than 10 minutes. And I'm already on 10 miles away. So, God.
So did you see, I don't know how much of the broadcast you got to see tonight, Yona, but there was a bill that came up in Swiss Parliament to ban the Swiss military participating in military drills with other nations and specifically NATO. And the Swiss Parliament shot the bill down.
Oh.
For the third time now.
Oh.
Effectively saying that Switzerland will no longer be a neutral country.
Well, Switzerland is no longer neutered. I guess they've got all their bunkers built and ready to go now.
Yeah.
They're
well,
like, fuck it.
I mean, they got Satan's throne. That's really all they need, right?
Fuck it. Let's throw hands.
Yeah. Speaking of fuck it, I forgot to check on that earlier. Because I sent Ryan the t-shirt design yesterday? Tuesday.
Wait, today's...
we're on temporary maintenance. Damn it. All right. I'll have to remember to check in the morning.
Oh,
so yeah,
man.
I wouldn't try to get a t-shirt right now, ladies and gentlemen. The website is undergoing maintenance, apparently. That's fine.
About like these fucking roads. Oh my God, the construction.
Well, but that's a good thing, right? If they're doing construction, that means they should be making them better. Is that how it works?
I mean, I guess if it's ever done, it will be better. But in the meantime, like all the lanes are like on temporary blacktop that's already got potholes in it, and it's all lumpy and uneven because they just kind of paved it over on the shoulder of the highway real quick while they're fucking with the middle of the road. And every other ramp is closed. And then now where they're building, because see, they're converting the Appalachian Highway, Ohio Route 32. They're converting some of the partially controlled access sections to fully controlled limited access. So what that means in English is you got this strode, right, where it's got at grade intersections. So the cross streets just go right across your freeway, and there's either stop signs or stoplights. And then the next major roads that cross will have overpasses or underpasses with ramps. And then it goes right back to stoplights again. Oh, and then there's freeway ramps again. As soon as the ramps merge back in from that last overpass, boom, there's another stoplight right there. It's a head scratcher. It's a real head scratcher. So somebody finally asked, or somebody at the highway department was like, you know, we've got all these freeway ramps on this 30-mile stretch. Peppered in the middle of all that, we've got about 8 or 9 stoplights with that great intersection. Why don't we just take those stoplights out and make those ramps too? And then the whole 30-mile stretch will be like a freeway. And the other guy eating the donuts at the highway department was like, yeah, it'd probably make more sense. And so that's what they're doing. Slowly.
Like, how long is it supposed to take?
Well, they've been working on it for 8 years, and they're about 20% done. And in the meantime, they're severing every single road that used to connect to the main road. So now you have to go out to get back in because they're not doing frontage roads. Again, I just keep thinking of Texas every day. I was like, man, if we were in Texas, this wouldn't have took 8 years.
No.
They just would have took the outside 2 lanes, scooched them over about another 5 feet, put up a fucking barrier. Boom, frontage roads. We're done. Okay, what else needs fixing? This is done. We're done. We're done here. There's your frontage roads.
We don't even have that.
People are crying on the frontage road that they can't get on the freeway. Wait. We just got a call from Texas. Here you go. Slip ramp. Quit your bitching. We're done. Okay, next. It's that simple, Drizzle. It's that fucking easy. This is not a fucking Rubik's Cube.
You and I both know how this works. This has nothing to do with being efficient or, coming up with the best solution. This is all about money. Always has been, always will be. It's about who gets to put the most in their pockets and still provide the public with a thing.
For all you commuters, for all you drivers out there, sitting at fucking red lights and looking all around the intersection.
God, I used to hate that.
And seeing just basically 4 directions of parking lot, all looking at each other, and nobody's moving. And it's at that point, I think some of the drivers start getting into that existential mode of like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. I did.
What the fuck am I doing? Fuck this shit. And back to you, Drizzle.
Yeah. Well, I eventually bailed. That's where my existential moment at the stoplight in Fairfax led me.
Yeah. Hence,
and it was always the same fucking stoplight too. It was the one that was like quarter mile up from the house.
What gets me is the 2 a.m. in the morning stoplight.
Oh, dude, they nailed me on a fucking
Where I'm
red
sitting
light
there.
camera at 5 a.m. in the morning on a right hand turn, a right on red. They fucking nailed me through the red light camera. I was like, God damn it.
I'd be fighting that.
I wasn't able. Couldn't get off work.
Oh man, just got to pay it, grit and bear it.
Yeah.
It's a highway tax. It's
Easy
a travel
come,
toll.
easy go. Yep. Got to pay the troll toll. That's right.
Man. And I've also noticed the drive-through lanes. For some reason, even though the indoor dining is empty when they close their dining room, and it doesn't matter. Insert fast food chain name here when I'm talking about closing the dining room, but leaving the drive-through open, right? So there's a period of time where the store is halfway closed and halfway open. So
Right.
you can no longer go in and order your food.
But you can still
if
get
you're
food
on-
through the drive-through.
And if you're on foot, a lot of the places won't take your order unless it's like a Rally's or something where they have
Right.
a window for people on the sidewalk. But if it's just a vehicular drive-through, a lot of those, you can't just walk up to the fucking window and order. You have to be in a car.
Correct.
Fuck you.
Because a lot of times there's a trigger in the cement by that speaker that you're speaking into that lets them know on the inside, oh hey, there's a vehicle here. Because there's like now, 10,000 pounds here that wasn't there before.
And of course, people just walking right up on the
Right.
drive-through window itself and just tapping on the window and saying, "Hey, sell me a burger." Yeah, that normally doesn't.
That usually doesn't work. I mean, it depends on where you are. Depends on where you are.
Depends on where you are.
That
and
might
who's
work in East St. Louis. I don't know. I never tried it.
I wouldn't. You lost me at East St. Louis.
No idea.
That's why I opened my door and bailed in the middle of the Mississippi River Bridge. And
Yeah.
you're like, whoa. 1 minute I pull onto the Eads Bridge. Next thing I know, I'm in East St. Louis and Yona's calling me from Laclade's Landing. What the fuck happened? I was like, yeah, I bailed on you, bro. Not going to the ESL, buddy.
No.
ESL doesn't
I'm
just
good.
mean. And the funny thing is, ESL means English as a second language, which also means East St. Louis. And again,
Very
it's all
appropriate.
connected.
Very
It's
appropriate.
very appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I don't miss St. Louis at all.
Ooh.
Maybe it's not so funny. I don't know.
At least they didn't say. Nothing is more bougie and pretentious than for someone to say San Luis.
Oh, good Lord.
There are those people out there. We all know them. It's the same ones that don't have a poker face when they're playing cards. We discussed this earlier.
Gotcha.
So yes, there are liberals that want to communistically rule your fucking life while they eat their Uber Eats, Grubhub, fucking DoorDash, Chick-fil-A, and Avo toast from fucking Panera Bread and their fucking guayaba smoothie from Tropical Smoothies.
Do you
with their
think
fucking
they know they're
walnut
communists?
muesli. Yes,
All right.
I think they're embracing it. I think they're all going to sign up for the ACP, Jackson Hinkle. So I hope you've got staff on hand to handle all of the new. Would they be inductees? Would they be members?
I don't know. I'm
What?
not sure how that works.
I don't think you can join the American Communist Party unless you have clout to give to Jackson Hinkle. He ain't gonna let you in.
Well,
I mean,
you may be able to do it for a $5 blowjob.
You know, there's a Sunoco gas station down on what is it? West Fifth Avenue at Maxwell Street, Columbus, Ohio. There's a hot bidding war, and my advice: get you some $2 bills. They're hard to come by, but hey, hard to come by. Keep those words in mind when you tell that bitch at the gas pump while you're trying to pay with your fucking bank card in the fucking gas pump there. Hey, look what I got here. Snap it with your, snap that bill. This is a $2 bill.
Crisp.
Look at the back of that thing. Where else are you going to get a $2 bill like this? You should suck and swallow for $2 because this is a $2 bill. It's worth more than two $1. This $2 bill is actually worth more than a $5 bill.
That's right. I was just about to say that. It's probably worth more than that $5 that you were after.
Yeah. You can get them at the bank. Next time you withdraw from the bank, say, hey, give me a couple $2 bills. I got to gas up in Columbus.
They'll know exactly what you're talking about, I'm sure.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Go Buckeyes.
Yeah, it's funny. You mentioned
the world we live in.
You mentioned the clip maker earlier. I'd been trying to clip up the Scott and Shelby, the Unjected interview from all the way back in April, right?
Oh,
and
wow.
I kept getting error messages when I would try to do it. I was like, fuck, I'm never going to be able to do this. Well, I plugged it back in the other day. It went through just fine. So I guess I'm going to be chopping that up next.
All right.
Yeah. Try and get that out. I don't know, probably first part of next week.
Fuck yeah.
Depending on how busy Major Tom keeps me over the weekend.
The thing about doing the unjected clipping, though, you just got to watch your internet security on that. You don't want to get hacked.
Yeah. It didn't happen again, did it?
The jokes write themselves, I'm telling you. God love them. And I got to say that
they just got their app back on the app stores.
And Scott's new album is truly universally basically awesome.
Yeah.
It's called, I think, Universal
Basic Awesome.
Yeah, there you go. So it makes sense. Truth in advertising.
That's right.
And
I think that's all I got. That's good because we're almost out of time.
I was listening to my cousin Jesse Jett there too. He's got some really good stuff out there. I highly recommend him.
Yeah, we played some Jesse Tuesday night.
He is rather prolific as well. He's one of the axe grinder type prolificers. Grinding the axes, plucking the old guitar strings.
Yeah.
Like Guitar Zan. Shout out to Ray Stevens. Good old Guitar Zan.
But he's also a very creative lyricist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what really stands out for me with Jesse. Not only the lyrics, but the vocal performance. Very, very, very versatile.
Absolutely.
But I'll get some new music cranked out here for all those thirsting ear holes. Wow, shit. What's her name again? Our Australian breakdancing vixen?
Raygun,
yes. Be on the lookout for that Raygun video. It's coming.
All right.
It's keep coming. That's Strodio, which is how we got into the whole clip thing tonight. The Strodio.
Yeah.
Every commuter has dealt with the Strode, and of course, the true point of nirvana to be found in every city is when the Strode meets the actual freeway. A Strode freeway intersection. Oh yeah. That's where That's where you see the suicide fences on every bridge.
Yeah.
Because there's like 4 bridges stacked on top of each other.
Right.
And yet there's like sidewalks and bike lanes and Starbucks and McDonald's just right up on the fucking sidewalk in the middle of this intersection. With just traffic zipping by everywhere. God bless America.
We're back tomorrow night with open lines, everybody.
Where's Doligi? Naganda? Nigohila. Blessings, everybody, as always. Blessings to all of you and all that are warmed by your fires. Take care, everybody.
That's right. Ground control out. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Bye, Major Tom. Meow, meow.